Hello, everyone. Today we are going to get the maximum shelf life out of your live streams. I'm Charlene Tessier, the founder of Strength and Numbers, and I'm here helping you create strategic live streams to fill your next course, workshop, or virtual event. We all know when we post on social, the shelf life of that content is pretty short. And it's already a lot of effort to put up either written posts, images, and now streaming or even videos, thinking it's a lot of work for me to get this all this gear set up, go live, record it, stream it, and have it only, have a very short shelf life of possibly say 3 days or, up to a week. And you're thinking that's a lot of effort for something that I'm going to have to really keep pace on, and it's going to get exhausting, and you feel like you might even get burnt out. Well, one of the things I do really love about video and live stream content is that you're able to repurpose, remix it, and extend the shelf life of it and get up to 15 pieces of content from the original live stream, even if it's very short, even if it's just, say, this 5 to 10 minute stream. I should be able to at least yield 10 to 15 pieces of content. Let me know in the comments below if you ever thought about how you could extend the life of your content and what tools that you like to use to do that. Pardon me. I'm going to show you a very simple ways that I do it and the simple tools that I do. And I try to keep everything really lightweight. Yes, you can get into really fancy software and it can take tons and tons of time. But to be honest, I kind of like to take the path of least resistance and do it as simply and easily as possible. I'm just going to grab a little bit of water here. My throat is tickling me. There. Sorry. I've got a bit of spring allergies and it's just agitating my throat a little bit today. Now, let's get back into what are you going to be needing. Well, on LinkedIn, LinkedIn Live specifically, you can't just go live like you would be able to on Facebook or YouTube or even Instagram. You have to apply. And LinkedIn actually doesn't have a portal, even after you've been accepted, to just go live on LinkedIn. You actually need to use a third-party software. There's several suggested, but I really love StreamYard. I was already using that before I was on LinkedIn. It's super easy to set up, really fun to use. You got a lot of different little features and banners and edging. And actually, there's a lot more that you can do that I haven't even been doing yet. And I really am excited to start showing you some of that in the coming weeks, many of the features that we can kind of use to jazz up our live streams. But right now, I just want to keep it simple, right? Just this week is about just going live. That's the most important thing. Don't get bogged down by all the bells and whistles. Just prepare your strategic live stream, prepare your framework, your talking points, and go live. Once you've finished your live stream, it will, of course, show up on your social. With YouTube, you will be able to pull it down, but what's also good is that StreamYard itself, you can actually pull down the recording after the stream is done. And you'll want that. The one that's already been streamed onto YouTube, you'll just want to leave it. You won't want to edit that one because other people might come and find the content later. But what we want to do is take that original file and essentially break it down. One other tool that I'm going to be using is OTTER, and that's a transcription to get out much of the stuff that's been written. Even though you did write out your talking points, you probably didn't write it line for line. OTTER is really great for essentially getting the entire transcription and then using that to break it into small social posts. So that's already at least 2 to 3 pieces of content there. You've gotten some written content that came out of that live stream. If you have some really great one-liners that you got in there, you can actually even turn those into quotes and use Canva, which most people are, to make a nice image quote or a GIF around it or a little animated kind of quote that can be very eye-catching to people. And you can even pair that with the social post text that you have. Now, I really love to splice up the video. So I would upload that into YouTube. You don't need fancy editing software. I will talk a bit about editing software in the future, but right now all we're doing is what's called takeaways. And since we're not doing any adding, just takeaways, YouTube editor is all you really need. That's all it actually does. It can't add, it can only take away. And so what you'll do is you'll look for points in the video where 1 to 3 minutes where you say, something that's going to be a tip or something very useful to your audience, and you're just going to chop off the beginning and the end. Again, you will have to upload that to YouTube. You won't want to use the live stream one that you've already broadcasted. Because once it's kind of edited, you can go back, but you want to leave the original there and just make splices with that one. And then you can pull it down off of YouTube after you've spliced it up again into 2 to 3 or more pieces, and you can proliferate that and share that on social. You can schedule it out. You can remix it together with other pieces in the future. So sometimes I will have many short um, transcripts from these very short streams, and they are a kind of a common theme when I talk about in the week, and could eventually be turned into a longer article or a longer blog post. What I'm doing with the live stream is trying to save me time from rewriting, recreating everything from scratch. And that's something we often think about with social content, is that we have to keep producing brand new stuff over and over again, and we don't really spend the time to think about what do we currently have, how can we repurpose it, and even how can we republish almost the same thing, maybe on taking a different spin on it, maybe updating it, or even seeing through your metrics a specific topic that's really trending that you talked about, taking a slightly different angle about it. So we're not constantly having this come up with so much new ideas, but actually able to repurpose and reuse it. A little bonus tip that I'm going to give you is I like to use another software called Biteable, and it's like a little video software. It's kind of like Canva for video. Canva does do short videos as well, so you could actually do this in Canva, although I don't remember how long the video is in Canva. It's quite short. Biteable lets you have a slightly longer video, maybe 3-ish minutes or so is all you're going to need. And I often take the transcripts or that short post and turn them into info videos. So instead of me, the talking head, you have, different graphics and you have text. So it's just a text space only with some music sometimes. There is no usually any audio. And so you can essentially turn those written posts into something animated as well. And so those are my tips for you on how to repurpose your live stream and extend the life of it. Until then, I will see you next time. If you want to gain some more insight on live streaming and get more tips and strategies like this, please join my free private community. The link will be down below, and I will see you all next time.